buy a new one or go home. I used to work at Sonic as a car hop. I usually worked 4 or 5 to close. One day I was cleaning up all the drinks the day shift left around, and I found a can of Monster. I grabbed it and walked around and asked everybody who was working. The manager, Robert, like normal, was talking to his girlfriend on the phone, assuming based off all the sex talk. When I asked if it was his, he looked right at me, shook his head, and turned away without saying anything. After I finished asking everybody else, I dumped it out and threw it away. 30, 45 minutes later, he comes up front and went to throw away his trash and seen it in the trash. He was livid. Started screaming, grabbed it out of the trash, and started shoving it in people's face, asking if they threw it away. I told him they didn't. I did. He cornered me against the wall and screamed in my face that I was going to leave and go buy him a new one. 2 things. The Monster was probably half full, if that, and I hate being yelled at. And I asked him. We got into this huge fight about it, him demanding I replace it, me telling him to fuck off. This went on for 2 hours. It was slow because it was winter, so he sent everybody else home. He was cooking. Finally, he told me I was either going to go buy a new one or I was going to go home. It was 7 at this point. We closed at midnight. I grabbed my stuff and went and clocked out. He said if I didn't go get him a new drink, I was fired. I said, okay, see you never. Not even 5 minutes after I left, the GM, Jeremy, called me asking why I left, so I told him what happened. He said the other manager can't fire me as only the GM can and asked me to go back and finish the shift. I told him that I couldn't do that with Robert yelling in my face like that I'd go back tomorrow. So Robert was the rest of the night. Nobody else, not even Jeremy, would come in. He had to cook and run orders for 5 hours by himself. Pissed a lot of customers off. And when I went in the next night, he asked why I was back since he fired me, and it was a joy to tell him he couldn't do that. He held a grudge for 3 whole months. For more presidential content like this, subscribe and click the bell icon. Leave a comment to suggest a story or voice/personality you want to hear. Don't forget to like the video and share it with your regarded friends. Remember, kids, reading is fun.